Hi, so we are going to talk about base 10 blocks today. And base 10 blocks are basically just another way to talk about place value and what it exactly means in place value. So, base 10 blocks consists of your 100 square, which is 100 tiny little squares, but they are condensed into one little box. You have your 10, which is just what looks like a stick, and it's got 10 individual little squares in it, and then you have your ones, which is just your individual squares, which is what your 10 and 100's base 10 blocks is made out of. So it just makes it easier for you to see a number broken down into its true value. So we're going to take a minute to practice some a little bit. So this one, it says to count the total. So in this picture, we have 3 of your 10s, which if you count by 10, you have 10, 20, 30. So you have 30 over here on this portion, and you have 3 ones. So in total, you have 30 and 3. For this one, you can count your 10s. So you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 70 total worth of your 10s. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ones. So you have 79 as your total. So if I were to ask you to draw 4 groups of 10, you would want to draw out 4 sticks with 10 in each stick. So your picture could look something roughly like this when you were done. That would be a great representation of 40. If I asked you to draw 2 groups of 100, you would want to draw the big squares, and it honestly would be okay if you're drawing this just to draw 2 big squares, because drawing out 100 tiny little squares is a lot. But in theory, your picture should look like this. Okay, you have your 2 big squares of 100, which in total equals 200. You have 200 squares represented here. So if I were to ask you to do the opposite way, write out and show me the number 122, you would need 100 square. You would need 2 of your 10s and 2 of your 1s. You have 122 in total. So your addition, you can use this to do addition to figure out what the total is. Instead of seeing numbers, normally you would have a numerical and another numerical equal something. So right here you have a 100s block plus the 10s block. So your total would be 110. That is all I have. And so hopefully you understand the base of base 10 blocks.